I heard it echoing across the Atlantic, akin to a siren luring sailors to a rocky shore. A harbinger of doom, I tell you. The bell clanged to the tune of the wedding march." She pointed a sparkly blue fingernail up at the Indialantic stucco bell tower, visible from the hotel's open Spanish-style courtyard. They looked up. Even Barnacle Bob, who minutes before had protested about being caged on such a magnificent June day, turned his featherless head up to the sky. There had been a good reason for the Macaw's incarceration. The reason was wrapped around psychic of the rich and famous and the bride-to-be Dorian Starwood's neck, like one of the boas Aunt Amelia had worn on the set of the 60s TV show The Wild Wild West. The same boas Liz and her best friend Kate used to play with as children. "Pop Goes the Weasel," Barnacle Bob sang. "Pop Goes the Weasel." He raised his leg, aimed it at Dorian's neck like he was holding a pistol, then squawked, "Bang, bang, pop goes the weasel." The ferret didn't open a beady eye, just stretched and waved its tail in annoyance, causing Dorian to sneeze. "Bless you," Aunt Amelia and Liz said in unison. Dorian laughed. "Farah always knows how to get me out of one of my moods." She looked down. "But that tickles, Farah, and you know I can't be tickled." As if listening with its little ferret ears, Farah's tail relaxed on top of Dorian's right shoulder. "Calm yourself, Dorian," Aunt Amelia said. "It's just pre-wedding jitters. With the mystical Merfest opening this weekend, I think we have a clue as to why you're dreaming of mermaids. I'm sure as soon as Julian arrives, you'll feel much better. We must get on with the finalizing of the wedding and rehearsal dinner. Lizzie, dear, please show Dorian the menu her son sent for tomorrow's dinner on Queen of the Seas." "I don't think you understand what tripping down the aisle means for the bride. Per my daughter's book, I'll be an old maid for all time." Dorian reached in her bag and pulled out a large hardcover book titled Superstitions, Warning from the Universe or Pure Bunk. You Decide, by Phoebe Starwood. Pictured on the cover was a ladder leaning against a house, the chalk outline of a body under the ladder, and a black cat perched on the ladder's top rung, with a Cheshire grin on its face. Liz thought it prudent that Aunt Amelia only serve Dorian herbal, caffeine-free tea until the vows were exchanged. Trying to distract her, Liz handed over the menu. "I think your son's menu is fabulous, Miss Starwood. Just look at those appetizers. Pesto-stuffed cherry tomatoes, smoked salmon and dilled crepes, and curry chicken phyllo bundles. Yum! I've been to his restaurant and had the best meal. Was it your idea to have free tarot card readings?" Dorian's son, Branson, was the owner of the restaurant The Soulful Sea in Vero Beach and would be supplying the food and beverages for the rehearsal dinner. The wedding food would be cooked by Chef Pierre and the Indialantic's housekeeper, Greta. "Please call me Dorian, Lizzie. I've known your great-aunt for ages, and you since you were 5 years old. We're family." Aunt Amelia smiled, and Liz said, "Of course, Dorian." It had been 11 years since Liz had last seen Dorian Starwood. 10 of those years away, she had been living in Manhattan attending Columbia University, then pursuing her writing career. But when Liz was younger, she and her great-aunt would trek to Dorian's home in Palm Beach for readings, sometimes staying the night at her palatial mansion. Also, Dorian was no stranger to staying at the Indialantic, even once bringing her children, Branson and Phoebe. "Yes, having Phoebe read the tarot at her brother's restaurant was my idea." Her smile quickly turned to a frown. "Phoebe's recently come back from France and seems a little lost since her father died. Cedric was my first husband. She's not a psychic per se, but she does know how to read the cards. I just wish she and her brother got on better. I know things will turn out all right for the pair in time. That's one vision that's very clear to me." She turned toward Liz. "Lizzie, I did try to testify on your behalf when Amelia told me about your defamation of character."